Bryce Perkins sets a school record, amassing 490 total yards and accounting for 5 touchdowns as Virginia went in and beat North Carolina in another close game. North Carolina just can't go away in the fourth quarter. They like to play close games and lose them. Yeah. But 38-31 Saturday night. Again, Perkins was all over the field playing awesome. And he's saying we're not done yet. We've got to continue to compete and complete our goals. They are now the front runner in the Coastal Division, but there is still Pitt and Virginia Tech lingering around. The only problem is Pitt and Virginia Tech have to still play each other. So one of those teams is going to kind of take a back seat to Virginia. And then Virginia Tech and Virginia have to play at the end of the year. Al, do you think that Virginia has done what they needed to do now to take over that spot and meet Clemson in Charlotte? Or do you think that Virginia Tech or Pittsburgh might still have a chance, even a long shot?
Yeah, I still think there's a little to be determined there. I mean, obviously, Virginia's in the best shape of anybody right now. But like you said, they have the rivalry week, with Virginia Tech at the end of the year. So I think it's pretty big, starting to play a little better football. But like you said, Pitt has to play Virginia Tech as well. I think I looked up the schedule to kind of see what they had. Pitt definitely has a more difficult road to get there as well if they're going to try to make up any ground. Pitt plays at home versus UNC. They play at Virginia Tech and then home versus BC. And Virginia gets Georgia Tech and VT both at home. So they definitely have the easier path for sure. But in the Coastal, it doesn't really seem like there's a rhyme or reason to how anything goes. So in theory, yeah, they took hold, but in reality, who knows?
I think it would be a good game against Virginia Tech and Clemson. I think Clemson still has the chance to go out there and win the game. It was another, like I said, UNC had a chance. The ball slipped through Bo Corrales' hands in the end zone for an incompletion to tie the game. Man, what a heartbreaker for UNC. You gotta like what you see out of Mac Brown over there in the Tar Heels. I think that he's going to continue to build this team into a relevant team in the Coastal. I would like to see someone in the Coastal not just get beat up like everybody else. I think that will improve the eye test for the ACC to have more of a 1 or 2 loss team instead of having a bunch of 3 and 4 loss teams, even though I think those 3 and 4 loss teams are very competitive. But for me, Virginia has the best lineup as far as schedule. Like you said, they've got Georgia Tech. I think we gotta expect that they're going to beat Georgia Tech at home. Then they get Liberty at home. Not a bad team, but definitely a beatable team at home. And then finally another home game, Virginia Tech. 3 home games in a row is a great schedule for them to finish out the season and then go into that ACC championship.